just like I said, everything's getting worse and worse and worse for these people. All right, let's go. More drama slop content from more Pegasus. Hasan and his orbiters are desperate now.
Welcome back to a series so genius, even Einstein subscribed. In today's video, Hasan
I think Einstein's dead, bro. I don't think he's subscribed. That's not the real Einstein, probably. It's just a bot.
is now mad at his favorite news source, CNN, for talking about Hamas. Once again, he shows his never-ending support for terrorist groups.
Of course.
He's also losing his mind at his own chatters for calling him out. Ethan is absolutely...
Bro, he got called out and he just can't take it?
Obliterated the Hasan
He's just gonna have to ban them all.
brains. We got an H3 snark mod revealing that they own 9 of the Reddit accounts being subpoenaed.
Wow.
Holy king of unemployed.
Damn, okay.
Local loser Caseytron has finally gotten a lawyer. In fact, she has 3 now. Lawyer and YouTuber LUS has given their take on the situation, and they explain how this is a horrible idea and is going to be very expensive. Denim's lawyer has also been revealed.
Okay, well, this is going to be a great one, man. All right.
Is still somehow dodging the lawsuits like she dodges a salad on a daily basis. Subscribe for an extra free chicken nugget the next time you order.
Let's up those numbers!
Alright, let's begin. So one of you guys sent me a message on Instagram letting me know that Hasan was actually crashing out over CNN. Basically some context, this guy called Mahmoud Khalil was apparently detained. Now according to Google, the allegations are that he led a marching event where people were glorifying the October 7 Hamas attack.
Oh no, you can't be doing that, bro. That's actual fucking terrorism. Like, come on.
And this was at Columbia University. Now, I don't know if that's true, but he does seem to...
It seems like it's probably true.
...of Hasan and collabing with him, so take that as you will. But anyways, he was recently released on bail, and he went on CNN to do an interview, and he was basically asked if he condemns Hamas. And you can probably guess what happened.
And this is how CNN chose to approach the subject matter.
Just to be clear here, though, do you...
It's just a matter of time before they start actually talking about Hasan and how bad he is.
Specifically condemn Hamas, a designated terrorist organization in the United States, not just for their actions on October 7th.
I condemn the killing of all civilians, full stop. But what I don't want to...
That's not the question. That wasn't the question. Answer the question.
Get into is no, I'm...
Yeah, that's a lot of I right there. It's a pretty simple question, I feel like. I mean,
do you support terrorism or do you not support terrorism? Yes or no? Well,
why is it really so hard to just say, you know, I don't like the terrorist org, and then say what you need to say about supporting Palestinians, doing your activism, etc., etc.? I feel like the only reason people ask this question is to make sure that they are not talking to an absolute radical freak. And I feel like everybody would just automatically listen to you as soon as you just prove that you're not a lunatic freak who supports a death cult. And this question was not like unrelated or out of the blue. This was very related to the reason he was arrested or detained, right? The government thought that he was a Hamas sympathizer. Right, so after this, Hasan obviously has a lot to say about this.
And it's in no way anyone can justify
just to be clear,
the killing of civilians.
Mahmoud, we did ask about, you know, we've talked at length about your views, of course, on the Palestinians, but it is fair to ask you about whether you condemn Hamas because the Trump administration has claimed that you are a Hamas sympathizer. So it's very important to actually ask that question in this broad...
Dude, wait, hold on. The Trump admin actually is weighing in on this? That's crazy.
Yeah, I simply asked and protested the war in Palestine. That's what I did. That's my duty as a Palestinian, as a human being right now, is to...
I mean, this is literally her trying to set him up to, I guess, what? Get deported? Get arrested by Trump again? Set up a separate fucking legal case? Like, what are we doing here? Demonic. Pure evil. Do you condemn Hamas? On July 22nd, 2025, after this dude spent 104 days in prison. What a ridiculous thing.
Of course, it is just, it's completely ridiculous. How dare you ask him if he condemns terrorists after he was detained for apparently sympathizing with terrorists?
Don't you know there's a genocide going on?
Can you believe this? Can you actually believe that question?
Yes.
Come to think of it, they actually asked me that same question when I was detained by the DHS. I feel like, and call me crazy here, but isn't the disgusting thing not being able to instantly condemn the death cult psychopath who, you know, violate women and children and commit war crimes? I feel like if you want to be taken seriously, you have to show that you're not crazy first. It's not like a gotcha. It's like checking basic human decency. And as I pointed out, it is very relevant to the conversation here. This guy was detained for allegedly being a Hamas sympathizer.
And honestly, dude, honestly, just look at him. He looks the part, does he not?
And come to think of it, Hasan would absolutely fit that description. So I feel like Hasan should be thanking his lucky stars he's not in jail right now. And I just love how Hasan thought that this was some sort of, you know, mental trick, some sort of advanced calculus problems.
Do you support terrorism? Is this a trick? Are you trying to trick me?
Some sort of, you know, leading question to put this guy in prison. Like, he just asked, do you support the terrorist org, bro? It's not like a trick question. Holy shit. Right, so this next part, he talks about people, you know, calling out the guy for not just explicitly condemning Hamas, which is
No, I don't hate all the Jews. I just hate Zionists. All Jews are Zionists. But I just hate Zionists.
understandable. And then he talks about...
That includes more than just all of the Jews. There are other people that I think are Zionists that aren't Jews. All Jews are Zionists, though, still. These people are fucking disgusting.
the Department of Homeland Security's response.
And now, of course, this interview is making the rounds. John Kennedy, Mahmoud Khalil can't even bring himself to condemn Hamas, so why are many Democrats in Washington falling over themselves to support him? And the Department of Homeland Security's own account also made good use of this moment, doubling down. The Department of Homeland Security also released a statement. Mahmoud Khalil refused to condemn Hamas because he is a terrorist sympathizer, not because DHS painted him as one. He branded himself as anti-Semite through his own hateful behavior and rhetoric. It is a privilege to be granted a visa or green card to live and study in the United States of America. The Trump administration acted well within its statutory and constitutional authority to detain Khalil, as it does with any alien who advocates for violence, glorifies a supposed terrorist, harasses Jews, and damages property. He did no such thing. Why not just condemn them when asked and move on?
He literally did all of those things.
Everyone who knows, everyone who supports him knows the truth. Man, are you joking?
Man, are you freaking joking right now, bro? Are you serious right now, bro? Dude, I actually am starting to like some of the Hasan chatters. It's always hilarious.
I think Hasan's chat is being taken over by people like me and like the drama slop enjoyers.
When they show a bit of like reasoning capacity and they're just like, wait a minute, Hasan, what about this thing? And then he just loses his mind. Are you seriously trying to say something reasonable in a Hasan Piker stream? Get real. Also,
I bet he bans him.
wait, is the chatter implying that they should condemn them and then secretly support them behind the scenes, as in like, you know, they know the truth, right? Or are they saying they know the truth as in they don't support them? I don't know. You can't really tell with Hasan's chat. It's kind of crazy. Also,
Yeah, there's a lot of wink, wink, nudge, nudge going on in his chat.
so is anybody surprised that Hasan actually hates the Department of Homeland Security, considering they also detained his ass for, you know, altogether about 15 minutes? And then, if you remember, he cried about them silencing free speech.
Trump arrested me!
Oh, the government is going after political opponents. You know, he cried like, oh, they detained me for 2 hours. Literally completely lied out of his ass and was proved wrong with his own timeline and his own inability to shut up. Like, his own tweets exposed him. Also, riddle me this, right? If this random other guy got detained for like 100 days, right, for being apparently a Hamas sympathizer, and Hasan did not, then what the heck does that, like, how many days in prison does Hasan deserve? Because I feel like the standards for Hamas sympathizers is pretty clear here, you know? Because with that logic, I feel like Hasan definitely gets arrested. Is there...
Yeah, isn't he a foreigner too? Isn't he like a citizen of a different country? He was not born in the United States. He was born in Turkey, right? Because, like, yeah, that would make him, like, implicated under the same thing.
arrest for like Houthi sympathizers,
Oh, dude.
Hezbollah sympathizers. I feel like you should get like a separate charge for each of them, you know, spreading their propaganda each time. Anyways, so this next part, Hasan goes on an absolutely massive crash out. He basically uses his classic strategy of, are you seriously telling me to condemn a terrorist organization when there's a genocide going on, bro? But there's a genocide going on,
Every time.
guys. I can't
Every
believe
time.
Hasan Piker is streaming when there's a genocide going on. How insensitive.
He was eating a second ago when there's a genocide going on.
Are you be for real? His goddamn people are being slaughtered, and you want him to make these like stupid ass concessions? Get the out of here. Suck my dude. All of you. I swear to God, some of you fair weather allies need to shut the up, okay? Need to
Our people are being slaughtered, so we're going to go and support October 7th at this building at Columbus University in America. That's going to change the world. That's going to change things.
shut the up. It keeps him out of jail. What is the mindset of an American chauvinist that immediately puts the blame on a people that is being genocided? It is the same mindset, the same cucked mentality.
The bro got arrested for supporting October 7th. What are you talking about?
That the American
This is just
has,
bullshit.
that always looks for reasons as to how someone must comply with the police.
He just said Americans, by the way. He said Americans, like all Americans. Because he's anti-America. He is pro-terrorism, anti-America.
Never delay the blame and the responsibility in the hands that is worthy of said blame. It's never the cops' problem. It's why didn't you just comply? Why didn't you just condemn Hamas?
All right, first off, you absolute brain dead moron, dude. Nobody is blaming Palestinians. Even your best buddy Ethan, who you seem to think is the mortal enemy responsible for everything evil in this world, supports Palestine completely. It's a completely separate issue to be okay with radical terrorist
that's because that's not what it's about. It's actually about killing all the Jews. That's what it's about.
death cult nut jobs. I mean, you yourself openly support 3 different separate terrorist groups, possibly more that I haven't heard of. You know, I haven't scanned
Yeah, everything evil he's going to be a part of. 100%. Because he's evil.
10, 15 hours of his stream every single day.
He's against everything good and he's pro everything bad.
I wouldn't be surprised if there were even more. You know, feel free to send me some clips on Instagram. I always love finding out new info of the Hasan encyclopedia, you know? I mean, is it really crazy to ask somebody that question? I mean, some of the things you do are so insane that they would think that you are associated with that group. Like, for example, you love-hearted the guy who said he wanted to kill Ethan.
Yeah, I wonder if he's associated. I honestly think that Twitch is taking dirty money from these groups. And that's why Hasan is allowed to just talk about them openly like this without getting banned. And I think that some people are going to be going to jail pretty soon. A lot sooner than people think.
Than later on, right? The guy bragging about bombing ships. It's just like, it's very hard to pretend that you're not a terrorist sympathizer. Also, how does Hasan have the audacity to call Americans like cucked in the head or whatever when you have literally admitted you let your girlfriend sleep with other men, bro? Like, you are the actual cuck.
No. She had sex with one dude, and I didn't care.
Every time, the skeleton's in your closet, bro. You can't be using those words when they apply to you way better. And I think we need to talk about the real victim in this whole situation. And no, it's not Hasan. It's not anybody else listening to him. It's not even you, the audience. It's the dog, bro. Oh my God. Poor dog is always just sitting there in the background, listening to this guy just lose his mind 10 hours a day, every single day, bro. Holy shit, like the amount of trauma that dog is having to go through. I would not wish this sort of torture on my worst enemy, bro. Like they're probably so distressed just seeing this guy maul the entire time. Did you know your owner supports terror? Like, bro, I can't. I mean, I guess it's best to be blissfully ignorant, right? But I'm sure he's aware his owner's a bit of a, like, complete nut job, right? So anyways, he continues losing his mind, telling people to shut up.
God damn, dude. Some of you need to shut the up. At least get your bearing straight, okay? And just have the decency to shut your
He's trying to scratch his ears off so he doesn't have to listen anymore.
ass mouth the up. It costs $0 and 0 cents to keep quiet on this moment. Do you not understand what the is going on here? This dude was literally sent to prison for the crime of what? Saying the truth. For the crime of saying the truth about Israel. And you're over here being like, why doesn't he just condemn Hamas? What's next, dude? Why doesn't he just say Israel is great? Why doesn't he just say Israel is actually awesome?
Yeah, way to make an argument absolutely nobody made it. Nobody is saying Israel is awesome or great. Nobody's asking.
No. If you're not completely on board with Hasan, what Hasan thinks, then you are the enemy. That is how he's feeling about this. CNN is the enemy because they are anti-terrorism.
You to say that or anything. They're just asking you to condemn Hamas, you know, the terrorist organization. It's not really that crazy of an ask if you ask me. You can absolutely criticize Israel and their actions in Gaza and at the same time just condemn the extremist terrorists. Like, it's not a hard thing to do. But then when you people start talking like this and you just refuse to say a few simple words.
Whoa, what do you mean more Pegasus? You people.
You just look like complete and utter lunatics, right? When you say,
Yep.
I support the Houthis, 10 toes down, right? You just come off completely insane. And it's very hard to actually say that you're not a terrorist sympathizer. In your case, pretty much impossible considering all of your past statements as well. And I feel like at this point, you know, Hasan's just general PR is in the complete gutter. And I feel like the real reason he's mad is because he kind of saw himself in this Mahmoud guy or whatever. I feel like he would have reacted the exact same way on that interview. So I feel like he starts to think that, hey, they're basically trying to say that I should be in prison, right? Which is pretty accurate if you ask me, all right?
I think so. I think he probably should be.
You should be in something far worse at this point.
Specifically for the justification as to why Israel had to conduct its military campaign. You're a terrorist, this guy says. Suck my dick, okay?
He doesn't deny it.
Okay? Never give an inch to these losers, especially at this point, okay? Well, why can't he just like condemn Hamas and like move on? Get the out of here, dude. It's over. It's done.
It's over, guys. It's done. Where have I heard that before, actually? Another fan of the legendary saga, of course. Everybody's a fan. Even my haters are just fans. Hasan is the #1 hate watcher of the channel. And I don't know. I guess no wonder he thinks he's the main character at this point. I do feature him a lot, and you're welcome, Hasan, for this lovely PR I'm actually giving you. But you heard it.
Yeah, I think corporations and governments are about to come after this guy because he is really, really bad for the Democrat Party. And all of them want to be part of the Democrat Party. And the Democrat Party is crumbling because of people like this. Because of insane people who support terrorism. They support all kinds of terrorism.
Here, folks, not even my haters can stop watching. It's just simply 10 out of 10 entertainment here. Anyways, this next part, he brings up his detainment by the US government a while back, and he tries to compare the situations here.
That's what I said at the Customs and Border Patrol question as well. They didn't ask me directly if I condemn Hamas, but they kept asking me, what do you think about Hamas? Do you love Hamas? Do you like Hamas? I kept saying Hamas is designated by the American State Department as a terrorist organization. I'm on the side of no more bloodshed. That's it. I'm on the side of ending civilian deaths.
Yeah, just absolutely nobody is buying that shit.
Yep. I'm also pro October 7th, but no more civilian deaths. Like, what kind of shit is that?
About peace, guys. I'm actually all about ending all civilian deaths. That's why I talk about Jews.
Yeah, just civilian deaths. Any other deaths, I'm okay with. What the fuck? What the fuck? I don't want anybody to die. Even the most disgusting pieces of shit in the world. No. Innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. That's how I feel about everybody in the whole world. Well, that's just only in America. I don't give a shit. I think every country should be like America. Honestly.
They're subhuman.
With the most inbred, uneducated.
That's why I support Hamas, the Houthis, Hezbollah, who literally want to kill Jews all the time. That's why I constantly, do propaganda for literal terrorist orgs. I just don't understand this logic. If you can't say you're...
It's funny how ISIS doesn't ever attack Israel or the Jews. It's funny how that works, huh? It's almost as if the Jews are controlling ISIS. Like, what the fuck, man? What?
Against civilian deaths and then support the people trying to kill civilians. They're like, that just doesn't make any sense. And then anytime civilians are actually killed, even next to you, even in
yeah, everybody that he likes is not terrorism. Everybody he doesn't like, that's terrorism.
your own country, like you know, the two Israeli diplomats, you're like, well, I'm not saying it's a false flag, but guys, such an absolute hypocrite, bro. I'm telling you, this guy just does not care about people unless they specifically fit his political agenda, right? So I think even he'll care about Jews as well, only if you're like on his side, if you fit the political agenda, and then when you don't, you're just discarded, you're treated as subhuman, right?
Yeah, you can't even step out of line an inch. They'll have your head. Every time. You disagree with something, they're completely out on you. They think that you should be dead.
Right? And can this guy stop bringing up this detainment? I swear to God, I knew this would happen. The second this guy got detained for about 15 minutes by the U.S. government, I called it in the...
Yeah, I think he's pretty soon gonna get detained and then arrested for being pro-terrorism.
Previous videos as well. He's gonna bring this up forever and ever, act like some martyr, some like the government is trying to silence his free speech or something, when they literally just ask you a couple questions. And is it so shocking they asked you some questions considering you openly support terrorists and you said America deserved 9/11 and you're still crying like, I can't believe they stopped me. Like, I would also like people to be stopped at the border if they're openly supporting terrorists. That's like routine.
And openly anti-America all the time.
Checks, you know?
It is a far greater crime to even demand someone like Mahmoud Khalil condemn Hamas at this point than whether or not he sits there and says he loves Hamas or hates Hamas. It doesn't matter.
Did I catch that part wrong? But did he say it's a bigger crime to actually ask if you condemn terrorists? So supporting the terrorists, that's not a crime, guys. But actually...
Yeah, if you say the wrong thing, I think that you should be arrested. Yep. Hasan Piker.
Actually asking if you support the terrorists, that is the biggest crime here. You can't be serious. Like, what kind of logic even is that? The crime is the terrorism, you absolute brain-rotted individual. Anyway, so after this, a chatter calls him out again and he just loses it, bro. Like, I swear to God, like half his stream is getting rage baited by chatters and they're just saying like actual normal things.
I genuinely understand, but all I was asking is, if you're going to talk to people you know are going to entrap you, why wouldn't you just tell them to keep them to shut up and carry on the good fight to end the genocide, no hate? No, dude.
Because the people who are watching him would think that now he is going against all the things that he said. He's backing down and he's letting the real terrorists win. That's exactly what's going on in that guy's head. Because if he condemns it, then he's condemning it in his audience's eyes. You can't have that. If you don't condemn it, then you still have your audience because they're like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We know what you're saying here.
That's complete and utter nonsense to be like, oh my God, I can't believe he is, just say you condemn Hamas and move on is ridiculous.
How is it ridiculous? The chatter had a good point. He's just asking you to literally prove to them you're not a terrorist so they actually listen to you and take you seriously whenever you bring up any activist points or anything, right? Because if they're just going to discard you if they think you're some sort of radical extremist. But no, dude, no, you can't be doing this. No, dude. Also, is it just me, or does Hasan legitimately do negative PR for the Palestinian cause? I feel like if he was removed from it, the activism would be much more successful, right?
To the point where he might be a double agent. He might be working for Israel. I don't know. That's what it's starting to seem like. He's starting to do just so much damage for the causes that he's involved in that I think that he's doing it on purpose.
And I feel like this is one of the reasons he gets outcasted from basically everything, from his friends. I think he got kicked out of the DNC as well. I feel like your own side wants nothing to do with you, right? So this isn't some far-right MAGA grifter, whatever, who are criticizing you. This is literally your own side going, hey, this guy's just a little bit too extreme for me and I need to distance myself, you know? Anyways, I wanted to look at his legendary comment section here. Do you condemn Hamas is just code for Israel's genocide is justified, right? What the heck? How this, do you condemn a terrorist organization? How is that code for what the heck? You've just taken two different sentences and equated them. That just makes no sense. I don't condemn Hamas. Classic Hasan fan here, because the Democratic Party always taught me to support the lesser evil. Or here's the thought: you can care about civilians in general, you know, casualties in general, human life in general.
Yeah, that lesser of two evils bullshit, get out of here. I don't support any evil of any kind at any level.
On both sides. I don't watch CNN. Come on. Okay, now you're just lying, all right? I watch Hasan instead, guys. Much more trusted source. I would never resort to fake news CNN. I watch Hasan instead, actually. Anyways, moving on to Ethan absolutely destroying basically every Hasan supporter, right? Starting with the H3 Snark mods. So quick recap, Ethan sued Denims, Caseytron, and Froggen for, you know, copyright violations, stealing his content and stuff. And he subpoenaed Reddit and Discord for the identities of the H3 Snark mods, right? To just add them to the lawsuit, because in order to be sued, you need somebody's real legal name and their address as well, right? And they were like enabling the copyright abuse with the posts and stuff. So one of the mods has actually responded here, or should I say 9 of the mods. So here we got this person called Roman P saying, apparently out of the 16 subpoenas, 9 are for me. Are Ethan's lawyers giving him good legal advice? And then this person attaches this screenshot just admitting that all these people are literally them, and they try to act like Ethan did not know this as well. But if you look at this screenshot here, Doe number 2 is female, resides in Canada, and is a head moderator of the H3 Snark mods. Doe number 2 currently uses the following usernames, and we got all these usernames, right? And I just gotta point this out: if you admit that you are actually the owner of 9 separate Reddit accounts specifically made to hate on Ethan Klein here, you might have the saddest life in existence. Holy
actual fucking mental illness. That is insane. That is what an insane person does. If you allow insane people to do this, they're gonna start doing things like sending a skull to your house. And worse, it's gonna get much worse. Like, it's gonna get to stalking, it's gonna get to actual dangerous levels where they could just be murdered in the streets. Fuck, this should not be allowed.
shit. And you can imagine a scenario where an entire Reddit thread is literally this person, right? There can be 9 users responding, liking each other comments, you know, artificially inflating that stuff, and it's just all the same person from different accounts, dude. This might be the
yeah, and they probably, there's multiple people in there that are, they're all doing this.
saddest shit I have legitimately ever seen.
That's crazy.
As I said, the entire internet is fake, guys. They're all just me on my 1,000 alternate accounts, actually. Anyways, they're basically trying to argue this defense. Here's the problem. In order for the H3 Snark mods to aid and abet in Denim's copyright infringement, she first would need to have actually committed copyright infringement, but that is what the case is about, and no copyright violation ruling has been made by the court yet. What a completely idiotic defense. I mean, Ethan literally specifically showed clips of them blatantly violating copyright, saying they are maliciously trying to steal views from Ethan here, you know, streaming it live the second it happened, saying...
Yeah, they straight up posted it in the H3 Snark mod, or Snark subreddit, and also said that they don't want to give Ethan any views.
Don't watch Ethan's content, shit like that. And your argument is basically hinging on the fact that Denims did not commit copyright infringement, which is already tells me you don't have a lawyer. You don't have shit. This is your own conspiracy theories on your 15 alternate Reddit accounts here. Additionally, when the mods promoted Denim's stream reaction before it aired, they could not have possibly known whether a future copyright violation might occur. Except in the Reddit post, you literally say you want to siphon views away from Ethan.
Yeah.
Also,
there you
Denim's
go.
Previous reactions are available, and you would know that she...
Dude, the internet doesn't forget. We collect everything. And you think you might have deleted something? No, too bad.
Frequently violates copyright. And also the other thing, that's the reason why Ethan isn't suing you specifically. He's suing these main characters here, and he's subpoenaing the communications between you guys to find out if you are actually involved. Because, you know, if you were actually coordinating this whole thing, then you will be getting sued as well. So that's the explanation for that from a layperson. But even a lawyer, a LawTuber LUS, completely disagrees with you. And we'll get to that in a second, but they responded again here. Denims threw you under the bus. You are No, she didn't. No, I'm not. Context, Ethan's lawyers are asking the judge to grant leave to send subpoenas to Reddit. Denham's lawyers did not object to this. This is what people now portray as the great betrayal to sow division. So I want to make this very clear. Nothing of the sort has happened. It has absolutely happened because Denham's could have easily just denied the request, but she allowed it to go through because she wants to take some of the blame and put it on you guys and then walk home free. Any lay person can even tell you this. Even after Denham's ended her stream, every good faith actor would have to agree that her reaction, which is twice the length of the nuke, would not constitute an obvious copyright violation. That's not how copyright works. You can make it twice the length by having complete blank space as well.
Yeah, but also, Ethan basically made this a movie. He made it a movie by law. That's like if you watch Lilo and Stitch in its entirety. Oh, well, I added double the content. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. You still ripped off the movie and you can't do that.
That wouldn't make it fall under, fair use or will fall under copyright laws or something. This is a complete...
Yeah, the way the reactions work currently, we're all working on good faith that we're not going to sue each other. That's basically how reactions are working right now.
Non-legal argument, not addressing any of the actual reason why it's copyright violation, the fact that they maliciously wanted to steal the content. This is just like Reddit user logic right here. There's clearly no elements of the laws applied or anything, not listening to any of the lawyers. So anyways, moving on to LawTuber LUS.
So here you have a person who's really passionate, seemingly passionate about the law, but unable to really comprehend it fully, cherry picking. What does this have to do with whether or not Denham's betrayed you? Denham's did betray you, right? I mean, she could have objected and it wouldn't have cost her a dime. And actually I agree, it would have very little impact to your case, but it would throw your bone. And
also, this is showing us that they definitely are connected. They're definitely working together because they're trying to defend Denham so much that, oh, Denham's actually didn't throw us under the bus. Like, why would you care? Why would you care if you weren't directly connected?
Why didn't Denham's do it? It's just throwing a bone to a starving dog. Maybe she doesn't want the starving dog. Concern level for you, this host thing is just so odd. Not concerned at all. Balancing working at Reddit and being the head moderator for H3 Snark has been kind of stressful though. Base. So again, it probably does not work at Reddit. I would be shocked if Reddit did employ an individual like this. But
I wouldn't be, honestly. I wouldn't
guess like when he's saying working at Reddit, Reddit is not paying him. He's just producing the original content.
Wait. Did they actually try to say they work at Reddit? Because they post a bunch of stuff on Reddit. They literally post from like 9 different accounts. I mean, I guess at that point you get honorary Reddit status, apparently.
Yeah, I work at Reddit. I don't get paid, but I work at Reddit.
Apparently you're a Reddit employee at that point. Considering you spend more time on the platform than actual employees, maybe you get some sort of provisions there, guys. But basically, moral of the story, they are completely bullshitting. I think they're basically panicking.
Unless somebody's paying to have this subreddit up, you know, that could be a thing. That'd be fucking crazy, right?
And they're trying to appease the rest of the mods to keep like the harassment going or whatever. And I think they're under the operation that they will basically be anonymous forever, right? Like completely untouchable. And maybe, who knows, maybe Ethan actually can't find them in real life or whatever. But the thing is, their side is definitely gonna lose. Like Denham's, Frogan, and Casey Drawn, the people who have actually been sued, are completely screwed. Now you, if you keep yapping, if you keep revealing more information about yourself through these Reddit posts and keep continuing along this line, then I think possibly you could be screwed. But considering they're a minor actor in this case, maybe not, right? But I think the moral of the story here is get a fucking job, dude. 9+ Reddit accounts. You gotta be kidding me. I've never seen this level of unemployment coming.
Dude, there's so much of this on the internet too. There's so much. All of these weirdos on the internet that are always constantly crashing out and lying and being fucking retards. A lot of them, they are running multiple accounts on all the websites that they're on. On X, they're running multiple accounts. On Reddit, they're running multiple accounts. On YouTube, they're running multiple accounts. Like, say, they don't like somebody's YouTube video, they'll go in with all 5 of their accounts and dislike it and leave comments. That's what they'll do.
from a slop tuber. Holy shit, that is diabolical. And obviously, you don't get paid on Reddit. Okay, this isn't even Twitter where you might make $5 if your tweet gets 1 million views or something. You get zero, like literally zero. They're working for free here. And it was moving on to the most entertaining of the Hasan orbiters, Caseytron, of course. Last time she casted some sort of weird salt spell to repel Ethan and all the H3 podcast viewers from like.
What the fuck? Dude, it's so cringe. What?
Like affecting her like karma or something. I have no idea. Drew the whole circle from the SpongeBob Sea Bear, but apparently she has finally gotten a lawyer. Now you might be wondering, she's completely broke. How the hell did she get a lawyer? Nobody knows. Apparently maybe her dad or something. If you remember last time, she
Or maybe Hasan? I doubt it.
admitted to going completely broke, right? Her and her husband are in debt and they're like, we can get through anything because we're together or some shit, and they got married outside of Walmart or some shit.
Bro looks like a snake. He looks like an actual snake. I know so many people that look like this guy, and they're absolute snakes. He reminds me of Pyre Software a little bit.
But yeah, here's
Putting off
LUS
those
talking
vibes.
about it.
Hey guys, so a interesting turn of events. Caseytron, who went on vacation and didn't have one lawyer, now has a lawyer in Missouri where this case is being held. That's very
That is way too close to me. I don't like that this is in Missouri.
important. She was also able to find 2 other lawyers. These 2 other lawyers are from California. Attorney Stephen A.M. Hopling added to party Casey Cavness. That essentially means that Stephen is Casey's lawyer. But now Caseytron has free lawyers. You know who else has free lawyers? Logan Paul. And you know what happens when you have free lawyers? You pay for all free lawyers. Now, I thought she would only have 1 lawyer.
Yeah, how the fuck is she paying for 3 lawyers?
Given her
Especially lawyers from California.
financial situation. Now, we do know from the service that she does live with her father. Whether or not it's 2 law firms billing you or 3 law firms billing you, it's free attorneys billing you. These attorneys will have junior attorneys. These attorneys will have paralegals. These attorneys will have secretaries. These attorneys will have other costs associated with them. It is a very expensive thing to hire 3 different attorneys for one case. The billable hours are going to be insane because instead of 1 billable hour, often you have 3. And the most dangerous part, as we would later learn from my case, my client was part of, is just the amount of conversations they have without you. So the amount of like, and you don't have any control of this. Like lawyer A talks to lawyer B, all lawyer A, B, and C, they get on a phone call together. Well, guess what? You're not going to receive 1 bill. You're going to receive 3 bills because each of those lawyers are going to, and let's say each of the 3 lawyers had their secretary jump on the call to take notes. They got a junior attorney they want to train, right? So they're going to train it on your dime. Suddenly you're talking about 9 mother effing people on a simple phone call. And it's suddenly, because it's multiplied by 9.
Okay, holy fuck. That seems like expensive as hell. So obviously, Casey cannot afford this at all. This is like some Logan Paul level shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think whoever's paying for it can even afford it. This is gonna go really, really sideways. It's gonna go really, really bad.
I don't know. She tried to split the financial burden with her Discord mod ass boyfriend, and that clearly didn't work. Maybe this is the new character, her dad, and this is why she's been able to be a streamer for a whole decade without actually earning any significant amount of money, because maybe Nepo baby type shit, her dad is just paying all her bills. I don't really know. The other possibility is that she's splitting the bill with Denims and Frogan. Now, Frogan obviously probably broke as well. Denims might actually have a little bit of money from her OnlyFans or a little bit of viewership.
I don't see her splitting the bill. I don't see it.
Even then, she's kind of going broke after this lawsuit or whatever. But if you split the bill 3 ways on 1 lawyer, I would sort of understand. 3 lawyers?
No.
It's just triple the bill. It's like the same amount at that point. I don't really know how that works. And then there's the absolute underdog possibility that Hasan is actually putting his money where his mouth is, and he's behind the scenes paying all these bills. I don't think he'd be paying for 3 lawyers though. I think he'd probably want to do the minimum amount humanly possible and then sort of get away with that. But yeah.
Unless he just really wants Ethan to lose. Just really, really wants him to lose, and he's willing to just put all of his money on the line. I don't see it. I don't see that. I don't know what's happening here. This is a weird one. Like,
You're
why?
not, you're not
Why?
a billionaire like Logan Paul. I don't know what kind of strategy this shit is. The weed has definitely
Yeah.
gone to her head or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's fucking not
but
gonna
yeah,
work.
it turns out Denims also has the
This-
same attorney as Casey Tron, and that's why they might be like splitting the bill or something.
Alexandra, or as we know her, Denins, has the same attorney. One of her only attorney is one of the attorneys that Casey Tron has hired. So in terms of number of attorneys, Alexandra has 1, Casey Tron has 3 of them, and Frogan is attempting to not be served. So at this point in time, she has 0. We can expect that there are 0.
Okay, that settles it. Froggen is the GOAT, bro. Froggen is actually the absolute GOAT. Like, all these people, you know, trying to argue on Reddit, trying to get lawyers and shit. And Froggen, despite being the size of Jupiter, is somehow avoiding being served. Like, the most legendary, you know, stealth tactic.
Dude, like, sure, get it. Go, yeah. All right. I think out of everybody, she's probably the smartest, and she's probably going to be the only one who doesn't go down for all of this.
I don't know if she's got the Harry Potter invisibility cloak. People are thinking she's 155 pounds or something. The server can't even get to her. I mean, obviously this strategy is not gonna work, right? But I just find it hilarious.
It might.
They just can't seem to find
She might run away for 2 years.
Froggen, bro. Like, how? Cinema. Just absolute cinema. But at least the situation has evolved to a certain extent. We have 2 out of 3 of the players who are actually getting a lawyer. Lawyer doesn't mean they'll win, obviously. It just means that they have a fighting chance, you know? And I think it might actually be worse for them because it appears they are planning to actually fight this case and not settle, which goes against the advice Legal Mindset gave as well.
For Casey Tron. So
Damn, dude, they're just making the wrong decisions at every turn. It's gonna get so much worse. Like I said, worse and worse and worse. Always. It always gets worse.
Denins is the main target, and Denins has the same lawyer and same law firm as Casey Tron. It is much more unlikely Casey Tron will settle. They're going to battle this out, especially if Froggen.
I think they'll settle. I think they'll end up having to settle. I don't think they're going to actually battle it out. I think they might start to and then be like, well, we're going nowhere with this. We're going to have to settle.
Also has the same lawyer, because you can't just settle with one. It's like, and that's why when you have maybe the mobsters, I'm like, everyone should have their own lawyer, because everyone's lawyer should be acting in their client's best interest. But when you are a lawyer for multiple people being sued in multiple different type of lawsuits, again, different states even, then can you really settle one without settling the rest?
Oh my god, bro. Why would you do this? Why would you actually try to fight this so obviously lost case?
Well, I mean, what'd you expect? They're fucking retarded.
My god. The advice was to settle with Ethan, you know, either do some sort of public apology, you know, switch sides, sell out one of your friends or whatever, rat out the CPS person, and then Ethan might actually...
I think it's probably coming soon. I think because the battle hasn't really started yet, they're just like gearing up, getting ready for the battle. As soon as they realize how fucked they are, that's when they're going to start backing down. We're going to see some backs getting stabbed.
Actually let you go, but now you're just facing generational debt. Like, this is the life ruining right here. He's gonna take every penny from you guys, and I don't know what kind of deluded person actually brainwashed you into thinking you'd win. Even the lawyers seem pretty like reputable.
Probably just trying to think on their own. 100%. Just like, you know what? I'm just gonna make all the decisions myself. All of you people are too stupid to make decisions, even though I'm paying you to make decisions. Now, I'm just gonna make this decision myself because I think this is right. Absolute fucking retards, man. I just cannot believe how stupid they are. My mind is blown every day. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for all notifications. We're gonna just continue on this path of reacting to these retards because I just can't get enough. It's great.